Kotoka International Airport following an intelligence-led operation. Sources at Kotoka International Airport told Graphic Online that the suspect is believed to be in charge of production at the manufacturing company. Authorities stated investigations are ongoing to establish the full circumstances surrounding the attempted shipment and to determine whether other individuals may be linked to the alleged syndicate.
National security operatives in Ada East District have arrested 23 persons, including a 14-year-old boy, over suspected fraudulent activities at Kisema.
The suspects, picked up on Tuesday, February 10, 2026, comprise 13 males and 10 females. They include 21 Nigerians and 2 Ghanaians. Peter Mensah Afanu, the Ada East District National Security Coordinator, told the Ghana News Agency that intelligence gathered about 3 weeks ago led to surveillance of the group's movements and meetings. He said the suspects were eventually traced to a church premises where they had assembled for what authorities believed to be an operational meeting. According to Mr. Afanu, the group claimed to be distributors of a company known as New Life, presenting themselves as sales agents for its product. He alleged that 2 boys aged 14 and 15 had been lured into the network. A search conducted on the suspects led to the retrieval of 25 mobile phones, 3 sirens, and assorted medications, some of which had reportedly expired in 2024. Preliminary interrogation, Mr. Afanu said, suggested that the group had been operating for nearly 2 years in communities including Ada, Kase, Toje, Sugakope, Sege, and surrounding areas. He added that the National Security Headquarters had directed that the suspects be placed in police custody pending their transfer to Accra for further investigations. Mr. Afanu cautioned parents and guardians to monitor the activities of their wards closely to prevent them from falling victim to suspected scam networks. Meanwhile, the alleged leader of the group, 28-year-old Success Clement Nwafo Chidima, told the Ghana News Agency that they were only young people trying to make a living. She denied any intention to defraud the public, stating that they sold products solely to willing buyers. She appealed for leniency, describing the activities as commercial rather than criminal. The 14-year-old suspect also told the Ghana News Agency that his parents could not afford to enroll him in school. He said he was approached by a member of the group with promises of earning money and was later told he needed to sell products worth about 450 Ghana cedis to qualify for registration as an official distributor.
3 persons, including a matron of a Wumednu Senior High School in Tasiwu and a police officer, have been arrested for allegedly diverting food items meant for students of the school.
The suspects were apprehended at about 6:20 a.m. on Wednesday, February 11, by the assembly member for the area, Meli Atipo, together with some community members. They were reportedly intercepted while transporting several bags of rice, cartons of tin tomatoes, tin fish, and gallons of cooking oil, believed to be part of the school's food stock. Sources indicated that the vehicle used in conveying the items was driven by a police sergeant from Ho, who is said to be a close associate and boyfriend of the matron's sister. The suspects were initially handed over to the Tajiwu police and subsequently transferred to the Doji police for further investigations. The municipal chief executive, Reverend Martin Amenaki, has assured the public that the matter will be thoroughly investigated and that anyone found culpable will face the full rigors of the law.
Now we move to the business desk, where the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has urged government to restore the 4% value-added tax rate, arguing that a simplified system would improve compliance, particularly among traders in the informal sector.
According to the association, The current 20% VAT regime is too complex for many businesses to understand and calculate, making implementation challenging. The call comes amid assurances from the Ghana Revenue Authority that the new VAT rate will not increase consumer prices or disrupt market activity. Speaking at a press conference in Accra, GUTA President Clement Boateng appealed to the GRA to suspend what he described as harassment by its task force and instead engage in dialogue with stakeholders. Traders, especially in the informal sector, struggle with complex computation, lack the necessary expertise, and cannot afford to hire VAT professionals to do the calculations and the arithmetic for them. This leads to unintentional non-compliance, penalties, and a negative impact on business sustainability, he said. GUTA is calling for an urgent review of Act 1151, proposing a return to a simplified 3% to 4% flat VAT system for informal sector operators to make compliance easier.
Now, on an international front, the U.S. Department of Defense said it has disabled drones being used by the Mexican cartel when it shut the space on El Paso, Texas on Tuesday night.
Mexican cartel drones breached U.S. airspace. The Department of War took action to disable the drones, a Trump administration official said after the area reopened Wednesday morning. The Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) on Tuesday suddenly ordered flights in and out of the El Paso International Airport to be halted for 10 days, causing shock and confusion, saying the FAA had worked with the Pentagon to address a cartel drone incursion. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy posted on X hours later that the restrictions have been lifted.
And so this brings us to the end of the Mega News at 6, but we move straight to the Weather Center. I'll bring you the weather and its update from the MBN Weather Center in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET. Now, the weather and its updates brought to you in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency and also the MBN Weather Center. And we're looking at the weather for the next 24 hours, the impactful one, where partly cloudy weather is expected for most parts of the southern Ghana in the early hours of this morning, amidst misty and fog conditions over the coast, forest, and mountainous region. As the day progresses, periods of sunshine and cloudiness will prevail across the country with isolated cases of thunderstorms or rain likely over parts of the middle and transition sectors from late afternoon into the evening hours. The northern sector will remain fairly dry and slightly hazy throughout the forecast period. Now, the temperatures for the next 24 hours, the coast will experience a 21 minimum temperature and a maximum of 33. Forest zone, 20 minimum, a maximum 35. Transition, 21 degrees Celsius, a maximum 36. Northern sector, 24 degrees Celsius, maximum 39. From this week, daytime temperatures will have a gradual increase across the entire country. And that's that. That does it for this morning's update from the weather for the next 24 hours. But before we take leave of you, a recap of the news headlines.
NACOC intercepts cocaine hidden in Gari at Kotoka Airport. In business, GUTA has urged the government to restore 4% flat VAT rate as 20% is too cumbersome. And on the international front, U.S. reopens airspace over Texas border town after cartel drone incursion.
For more news, log on to MBN 360 My name is El Samuels. Coming up is the sports and its updates. Stay with us.